they'd be making the movies shorter.
No, everything's fucking 3 hours. Look at that new Scorsese movie. What's that shit?
Yeah, everything he does has to be fucking 3 hours. That was like the biggest critique I heard of it, is that everyone's like, it's good, it doesn't need to be 3 hours long.
His new fucking movie is, I think, it's like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, because remember people were bitching about, like, there were some showings that had, like, a break in the middle, and people were like, you're destroying art to put a break in between. Like, yo, it's a movie. Like, chill the fuck out.
3 hours and 26 minutes. About the murder of the Osage people.
I was going to say,
It's not like it's a 3.5 hour movie of, like, Ray Liotta fucking, hey, motherfucker, fucking shooting people and shit. No, it's 3.5 hours of misery. It's fucking depressing.
Goodfellas is a good example. There's 3 hours worth of shit in that movie.
You're unpacking the
Wolf
mob.
of Wall Street. There's 3 hours worth of shit in that movie. You could say you could edit some more stuff out. Like, that's to your preferences.
You can always edit shit out.
Yeah, everyone wants. I want a custom edit of everything I watch, but like, you can justify like, oh, it's at least it's not just
Goodfellas
fucking.
is 2 hours and 25 minutes with credits.
Yeah,
and a long opening scene. That movie's that Goodfellas is 2 hours and 20 minutes.
And you're telling me that fucking Ant-Man or some shit needs to be 3 hours?
Taxi Driver, hour 54.
Never saw that one.
Oh, that one's good.
I worry that one's like...
No, you wouldn't like it.
I worry about movies like that have such like a stature.
Yeah, you're not.
Then I watch it now. I'm like, it'll never reach.
There's nothing in it for you.
Yeah.
You got De Niro kind of going... De Niro just plays like a nut. You know what it is? It's basically the Joker movie, but without the Joker, like, tied to it. It's that kind of same psychotic.
So why don't people go watch that instead of?
They should. It's a good movie.
They should, instead of using a fucking property.
Using my property, the thing that I like. Let's see what else is. What was that other one he did? The Irishman. Remember that one?
Didn't watch it.
That was an hour 45.
No, it wasn't.
I'm sorry, 3:45.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long one. That one was almost too much. That one, where that one lacked is where, because you got an old De Niro.
Yeah, they like de-aged them,
Dude,
right?
Yeah, you got an old De Niro. Like,
I've seen that scene. Where
there's
he goes,
a scene
like,
of
kick him.
Dude, it's terrible.
Yeah,
he's
that's the only thing I've seen.
He's like half punching, like you feel bad that like the kid even got beat up by this old dude. I don't know. Shot well, it looks good.
That
Joe Pesci kills it.
Ray Romano. I like that. The other one though, the Flowers one with the Native American people.
Yeah.
I heard that, like, that was another critique of it I heard, was that it wasn't very, like, historically accurate, and Scorsese was
really?
like, stop. And it was
Stop
like,
it.
well, what's the point of the movie? Like,
Damping up his bread with his sauce. Or, I'm sorry, his sauce with his bread. Stop it.
I don't, like, it's not like that's not the point of the movie, and it's just set back then. People are upset that, like, the wrong cars in the shot. It's like, doesn't, like, I think the point of the movie is involving them, right?
I think that's what they did. I think they said the same thing about that Napoleon movie, where they were like,
and Ridley Scott had the same response.
he was like, fuck you. And it's like,
he was even crazier because he was like, oh, were you there? And it's like, no, but people, it's not like a million years ago, brother. It was like 200, like, there's a direct line of communication to them.
where the fuck, where's Ridley Scott saying it? He says something. He's like, listen, it's my fucking movie. Fuck you.
Shane Gillis did say it was good, and he knows a lot about Napoleon.
Oh, I'll watch it. Like, it looks like a nice, it looks like a, like, I don't know, it looks pretty. It's a good looking movie.
All I know is once I found out that Napoleon didn't go to the pyramids and sleep in the king's chamber, I stopped caring about him.
Yeah, that's a little upsetting. How dope was that, to hear that?
Like, oh, so he's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, so
and
Napoleon.
Like, no, I didn't do it. I'm like, oh. So just like all the other punk ass.
Why would you lie to me?
Yeah.
What'd this get rated? Oh, a 6.6. Not good. Not good. Who's in that? Oh, Joaquin.
What if instead of Napoleon, it was Nappy Leon, and it was about a guy who had to conquer countries in search of like the best hair product?
Yeah, he was a short black dude named Nappy Leon.
Nappy Leon.
Nappy Leon. And he's like, he rides around on a pit bull. Because Napoleon rides around on a big horse. They should have gave him a small horse.
A pony.
Nappy Leon.
Nappy Leon.
Nappy Leon. Oh, I see what you did. Now it's just a French dude.
It's probably still black. His name's Leon. White people can't really get nappy. Unless they're sleepy.
Is he turning into sleepy? My hair is fucking gross. I'm getting a haircut today. I'm going to shave this off. I might just start going skin. Shaving it all off.
Bold.
All right? I look tough like Vin Diesel.
Well.
Or The Rock.
Well.
And then I'm going to start working out.
That, I think, is what makes them look tough. I think that they're giant people.
And I think you would look like a cancer patient.
Yeah, you'd get a lot of, the Casper, a lot of the cancer patient, a lot of neo-Nazi. Those are all the things I guess
would think
Casper's
about.
more pale.
Yeah, no,
You
I
know,
wouldn't.
you're not
get
pale
Casper.
enough for that.
No, I got that nice Italian skin, a nice olive complexion. I look good in the summer.
Okay.
I do. No, I do.
Christ.
No, I do. I like it.
Some confidence.
Lay out and
There,
tan.
Sport.
You get the swim trunks that only go up about mid thigh. You like that? Where your swim trunks sit? About mid thigh?
Above knee. Not
Above the knee.
mid-thigh.
Okay. I like a little shorter trunk these days.
I like Muay Thai shorts. That's where those are.
About mid thigh.
Yeah,
It's comfy.
it is.
I like bringing it back.
Nice 80s shorts.
Yeah, right?
That's what the NBA used to have.
They're comfortable. They're nice. You
Nut
can move.
huggers.
Yeah, nut huggers.
But I don't like those.
The issue is you got to wear tighty whities under those, and I'm not fucking doing it. Yeah, if you start wearing boxer briefs, they start going too short. You're gonna have to get the shorter boxer brief.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not getting shorts that are going to be shorter than my underwear.
Yeah, well, my swim trunks, if I wear underwear under them, you can see them. It's weird.
Those are really short
They're not like really short.
swimming trunks.
Nah, I mean, where's your about what right here?
I'd say
We should make a heart with our feet
fuck off.
for the thumbnail.
That right there is where a swim trunk goes. Is
No.
like above the knee.
I like it about right here.
No.
You get out of the pool, you take half the pool with you. You got all that water in your shorts. You get out, you go.
No, I don't.
You
That's
sit
not
down.
what
You
they're
sit
here.
down in the pool. You get that fucking bubble and shit.
I don't have
because you
fucking
got
flood shorts that are down to here.
You're wearing like jewel bags on your legs. Shit
That's
goes
what
down.
I used to wear. I know. That's why I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You like the ones with the net in the inside?
I always cut the nut out.
It's terrible.
I don't know how. Who's that for?
I don't know. Some people. My dad likes it.
Really?
He doesn't like it, but he doesn't cut it out. And I go, why don't you just buy the ones without the net? They make those now. I don't like that. I'm a traditional man.
Is it because it makes sense for the beach, kinda? Like,
I don't know, because then that sand gets in that net if you start chafing and shit.
yeah, I won't even say it makes sense, but I was like, I can understand like you're trying to do something, but like, I feel like most people go.
If
to
I'm
a
like
pool
surfing,
compared to
maybe.
a beach.
Yeah.
Right. Like just numbers wise. So it's weird. Like, what does a net do for you in the pool?
I think it's supposed to keep your dick from popping out. Because you don't wear underwear. It's like underwear.
Why would your dick pop out?
I don't know. You got a long schlong, maybe. If you're wearing short shorts. It makes sense if you're wearing short swim trunks. Keep a net in there. If you're
You
wearing
shouldn't
like
be wearing shorts that are shorter than your penis. What are you talking about?
well, I'm just saying if you want to.
You shouldn't have to keep a pouch
If
where
you
you
want to.
hold your dick sideways in the waistband because
Yep.
you're wearing such short shorts.
You ever been to a beach?
Yes.
I used to see it on a lot of cruises.
Ever been to a beach?
Well, no, like a beach with like a lot of
Beach
like
to death.
with a lot of like European people.
No.
Oh, really? They
Why would
love
I?
because the men wear shorts that are fucking skin tight. It's like a Speedo, but they look like it's like tight, and they're
Yeah, I've seen movies.
half their dick is hanging out, and it's a cultural phenomenon.
Isn't that just
They
a
love it.
bulge though? Because it's so tight.
It's
It's not like their dick's hanging out.
you could see an outline, and it's
Yeah,
fucking,
'cause
it's
that's a
like off to the side and shit.
That's my point. You shouldn't be wearing shorts that don't. Your dick hangs. Your shorts requisite minimum length is your penis length.
Yeah,
You can't have shorter shorts than your dick.
that's why you wear long shorts.
No.
That's why Pete wears shorts to his ankle.
No. That's because although he only listens to white rappers, wears jean shorts like a.
You like cargo shorts? Did you ever go through a phase where like you wore those shorts that like they're almost capris, where like they're over the knee, like longer?
No, that's what I'm saying. Pete, those is like
I went through a little phase, wore those.
No,
I don't know what it was. Are those like skate
jorts?
I don't know what the fuck it is, but they're long
Jean shorts.
Yeah.
No, that's
Back in the day when I was
that's
like
trash.
I was
brother.
like, I'm not showing my knees. You're fucking insane.
I used to think that too, but I wore basketball shorts.
Yeah. I never wore those. Didn't like those.
That's all I wore.
Felt
forever.
too freeing. I didn't like it.
I literally just like wearing like gym clothes. I don't know. Obviously, it's comfortable, but I think that was just like when I was the most comfortable. Like I just I like wearing shorts or sweatpants with a shirt tucked in and a sweatshirt on top potentially.
I only wore jeans until recently. I wore black jeans.
School was jeans forever.
Levi 513s. If anybody out there, you look good in jeans, you get these. They're fucking. They're almost like they're not skinny jeans, but you know they're form fitting. They're nice, but they got a nice stretch to them. They're good.
Nick always had nice like those jegging type things
Jeggings. That sounds nice.
or like jeans looking sweatpant type things. Yeah.
That's nice.
He was early on those.
Nick Podnick.
Yeah.
He had a baby.
Nick had a baby.
That's it. That's crazy.
That's it.
That's crazy. It's terrifying.
Truly.
Good for him. He is getting a paid maternity leave from the podcast. We offered that incentive.
It's like a half a pizza.
Yeah, you get a quarter of a pizza. That'll be shipped to you bi-monthly. Oy vey. Oy vey.
I'm going to start looking into that Putin feller.
You like him?
I don't think he's bad.
Yo, okay. This is a hot topic. I like this.
Is it?
People will disagree with you.
Well, I'm just saying compared, like...
On the grand scale of things.
You know how I'm always upset that, like, when people want to freak out about how much they like something, and it's like, well, you can't have that level of emotion about it because I know you do not be that invested about this. Like, you just found out about it.
You don't care this much.
You won't care in a month.
Nobody gives a fuck this much.
Yeah, like...
About anything other than what's in your circle.
Again, I'm saying, like... Comic book shit is what triggers me where I'm like, oh, you fucking care about Blue Beetle now, motherfucker? You didn't know who he was 2 seconds ago. Now that you watched a YouTube video, you're like, yeah, I'm pretty excited for this movie. Like,
yeah. Or half the people in these marches anywhere.
Right. Exactly. Like, the level of outrage and this and that. So, people's level of outrage compared to Biden, or what's his face, Putin, like, compared to what, like, I don't know what he's done. Like, maybe he's been, like, a dickhead, but, like, has he done anything? I was just listening to Tim Dillon talk about, like, how he hasn't done anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean...
Not saying he's
sending
good.
it. No, I mean, like, sending an army into a nation, killing people. I guess starting a war, that's what people are upset about.
Yeah, but people hated him before that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's because of the communists.
I think people just get told to hate him, and they're like, yeah, he's evil. And it's like, who's really evil? Like...
Is anybody listening to him?
Evil is evil doesn't even exist in comic books all the way. Like, very few people are evil.
Yeah.
Most people think they're the hero in their story, and it's all a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
So
it's just because their idea, because nobody's listening to my idea. Like, it's good for humanity. Like, this is good.
Or some people are listening, but on that side.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they get propaganda the other way, but I'm just saying we get propaganda that, like, don't listen to him. He's crazy. And it's like...
We should do a Putin episode next week.
I'm start looking. I still got to finish.
I remember seeing videos, and I don't remember all the way, but I do remember seeing some videos of him saying some, like, conspiracy shit of, like, well, Well, the
Yeah, about
U.S. does
ISIS.
about that shit, and like, yeah, that's what it was about the because they're just gone.
And he was he was like, ask Obama. Like, you think Obama doesn't know who those people are?
They have military gear. They have cranes.
Moving
they
in
have excavators.
formation.
Yeah, like the fuck.
They're striking targets. They're not like a mob.
Like we've all seen all the Taliban videos and the Al Qaeda videos. They're not trained well.
Yeah, that's a specific tone to a Taliban video.
Yeah,
it's a lot more.
It's like it looks like
it's a lot more relatable. I don't relate to ISIS.
No, I don't relate to ISIS.
Taliban, you'd be like, listen, calm down. But I like what you.
I like where you're at on this. I like where your head's at.
It's like when you go, like the uncle that like goes to tell the kid like, hey, don't look at, and like slips him a beer or whatever while telling. It's like, cut the shit out over here. But also, like, you guys,
I like what you guys are doing.
Here's another camera. Get another angle.
Get another angle of that shit.
Yeah.
I want to see more. I want to see more from your end.
I'm making a killing on YouTube ads.
I have a channel, Taliban fight videos.
You guys should get on Twitter. Meanwhile, ISIS, they're not on Twitter.
I think the Taliban have a Twitter account.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. ISIS don't have Twitter?
No, because they're a fucking...
You know who has a Twitter account?
Military group.
The official Israel Twitter is posting... if you want to know what happened about Hamas... Wait, hold on. If you want to know what Hamas is doing, check on their website, Hamas.com, right?
Is hummus the same word over there? Because they wouldn't have chosen Hamas if they knew that whiteys were just going to be... Hamas? That's hummus. A son of a bitch. That's good. I gotta pick me up a Trader Joe's pack of that.
Y'all got any more of that Hamas?
I tell you, first thing I see when I see a brown person, I think of Hamas. Be like, whoa, racist. Like, no, I was out to eat the other night.
I've had some of the shit. It's good. They had good shit. No, but Israel's posting on their Twitter account to check out this Hamas.com website, which is a website.
Made by Israel?
Made by Israel.
Yeah.
That has the most horrific content on it. It's basically fucking gorecore. It's just, it just shows like Israel people getting blown up.
You know who Abby Martin is?
No.
She's a reporter apparently she's been over there for like a decade, like on and off, reporting on this conflict. So she was on Tim Dillon, and I watched that. And she was talking about how for years now, Palestine has been offering Israel, like, what do you call it? Like a, they're trying to like come to terms or whatever on like a meet in the middle type situation. I can't think of the word, but
an agreement.
Sure. But Palestine literally keeps like giving up. They tried giving up Jerusalem because this is all the shit that in the news I hear is like the sticking points.
Yeah.
And it's like they've already said like you can have Jerusalem in one offer. And another offer. They literally just don't want. They're like, you can have that land. We're not even saying leave. Like, have that land. We're just saying stop overrunning us and pushing us back.
Like split it down the middle. Like,
and Israel just keeps saying no and no and no. And she did make a good point about how there's this weird thing about like when you go against Israel, people turn on you for being anti-Semitic, and it's like Israel is like it masquerades as like, oh, we represent all these Jewish ideals. Because like Jewish is just like a religion. Like, so like good ideas and stuff. But like Israel acts like it is Jewishness or whatever. And it's not. It's a fucking like state that's has a track record and is saying they're planning to do more of like being an expansionist, like, oh, because they keep saying like that's our land, that they're coming for Lebanon next, and it's like,
which is like, where do you fucking stop? Like, what is the?
And they're bragging about how Egypt does what they say, which I thought was weird because it's like, well, I guess they literally have articles where they like talk about like just how like they boast about like, oh, when we tell Egypt to like shut the border down, like they fucking get to like.
Which really makes you wonder who's running the Egyptian government.
That's what I'm saying. If they're run Israel, and Israel runs Egypt, maybe we tell, hey, Zahi Was, Get the fuck out of the Sphinx, dumbass.
Don't fucking show that. Don't show that all these pharaohs were black. Don't show that all these fucking people like.
That's always a weird one though. That seems like so hard to cover up. Like the other stuff, it's like, I get how you could be like, oh really, you think there was magic or whatever, and then you're like, oh I guess not. But to be like, no, the Africans were white, like. That seems it's like such an unnecessarily hard fight.
It's like what?
Yeah, it's like there's lots of drawings of them not though. Yeah. They're like they were white.
it's like that's a black guy.
Like no, those were the slaves that had the pictures. Like the pharaohs were white. But like what the fuck? Are you saying?
Would they? You're telling me they're
what are you talking about?
Chiseling slaves in the wall? Like what?
I don't. That Emin-Hotep guy always has a new thing every day. Because I always think that's such a dead argument. He's always finding people that are like saying that shit where he's got to be like, nope, here's every fucking thing of them being black.
I'm going to blow your mind. If Jesus was a real person, he was probably a black guy.
Ancient Kemet.
Yeah. I don't know.
They were drawn on walls. Of course they were black. It's the first graffiti hieroglyphs. I hate how every joke is probably done. It's like rap lyrics.
Yeah, you can't say
everyone
it.
did this already. It's probably a hack premise.
No,
like, first hieroglyph. Graffiti.
They're fucking up the caves.
Bringing the property value down. There's no caves in Egypt.
Yeah, there probably some.
There's some.
There's got to be caves in Egypt.
They have more temples than caves.
I'm going to say they got caves.
Somewhere, I'm just saying they have fucking grand galleries more.
They have hand-dug caves.
Exactly.
Labyrinths.
Exactly.
You think that'll ever come out?
Good. Yeah, we'll be dead. You know what's going to suck is it's probably going to take like a terrorist to blow something up to like see underneath it.
Yeah, or a sinkhole or some shit. It's gonna take some bullshit.
Well, that land's protected. It's not gonna be a sinkhole.
I was watching some shit and some like old ass politician, like this old fucking lady was like, "What are your thoughts? What should Israel do in this, that, and the other?" And she goes, they should all go home. And they're like, what do you mean by that? And he's like, they should go home. You know, Poland, Germany, where they came from, they should go home, back to their place. Like I don't get what the argument is. Like this old like politician saying this, and he's like, yeah, like that's not their place. Like that was selected for them. Like that's not where they're from.
However, but then that is a separate thing because it's like, okay, but now like they did. Obviously, like, Middle East countries didn't decide it. The UN countries decided it, that's where they were going to go. But it's like, now you have some people here that are like, well, now that is their home. So, like, telling them to go home to Germany or whatever, it's like, I've never been to fucking Germany.
I've never been to yeah, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah. So, like, that's kind of a weird stretch. I get her point's like they never should have got put there in the first place.
I could see, like, yes, exactly. Or it'd be like after World War II or all that shit, like, before all that shit, it's like, all right, let's figure out how to get you guys back into your original homes. Like, let's figure this shit out. It's crazy to think about.
If you were from Germany, it's like, I'm probably going to be passing on going home. Yeah. I found a video of... What's the thing about black people? To pay them for being
reparations.
What if Jews got reparations from Germany?
Wow, that'd be wild. They don't need it; they're all rich.
I was literally trying to think of like what they would ask for. I couldn't think of any.
Oh God!
You go away now.
now it's your turn to leave.
Yeah.
No, they probably want some like.
Gold.
Yeah, gold. That dude, I was watching a documentary on the Rockefellers, and they were saying, like, his name was Mayor Rockefeller.
His name was Mayor?
Lord Mayor Rockefeller or some shit. Was, like, the main dude who had the 5 sons that then spread out.
Rothschild, you fucking lunatic.
Rothschild's my bad.
Why do you do that?
Constantly.
I know.
It's terrible. Mayor Rothschild. Rothschild.
Lord Rothschild.
Yeah. That's how they got their money. Apparently, he just had a shitload of money, like a fuck ton of money. And he just bought a bunch of gold and just was like, all right, I'm the bank now. I have the most wealth.
Well, you think about it in terms of like a loan shark, where like people that can't get loans from a bank, they go to like the neighborhood dude that's like, he's just a guy who has a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So then it's like back in the day, like, what's the difference between that and a bank?
And that's what I watched. I watched this.
Whoever has enough money to like make change and let you borrow some, and like
that's literally what it was. And I saw. It's funny because I saw this other video. Because then he took all that money and then he split it across his 5 sons.
Right.
And he
you
distributed.
go to France, you go to England,
spread it out, and then they all open up their own bank and create their
that
own
move
wealth.
is so baller because it's like some Voltron shit.
It's crazy.
That
it's fucking crazy. It's like it's
your
this
5 sons, not your 5 business associates, like your 5 sons.
Yeah.
Be like,
it's the same.
we're going to take over Europe. Like,
yeah, it's this. Yeah, like we're literally gonna control fucking.
We're all gonna live in castles.
Yeah, and then it's literally the same thing they did with the with those royal families. How all the presidents are tied back to those royal families. Like,
and that royal family all goes back to someone with a fucking elongated skull. God damn it!
Which is fucked up to say, but
Pope
no,
hat.
literally like. This royal person was like, okay,
and people call us retarded.
It's crazy, like it's insane. It's all fucking out there.
You think I want to put this amount of time into this shit?
No,
I'd rather work out. I'd rather read comics.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather enjoy myself.
You think I want to read the Bible?
Yeah.
You think I want to admit to people that like maybe there's something to this? Like,
but this old like royal family, I forget where they started from. I think it was like Germany maybe, or it was England.
The original one was like a weird one because.
But I can't remember. But they had a bunch of like daughters and sons or whatever. I think it was daughters, and it was like, okay, you go marry the king of Russia, and you become a czar. Okay, now you go marry this person. You marry this
weird
person.
To be that kind of girl, where like you're literally like a vessel for like the new king.
And now your bloodline is just in every royal family in Europe, and it's
not
the
like
exact.
You're the queen or anything.
Well, yeah, you'd marry.
But you don't do anything. I'm saying, like,
no,
you're not. When there's a king there, the queen doesn't do shit.
Yeah, you're just a royal fucking. You just extend your like nobility or whatever. Where
That's
it's like
some really alien type thinking.
Mm-hmm. But it's the same shit. It's not the same shit, but it's like the same thing like Lord Rothschild did, where it's like, all right, you guys are controlling it like royally. I'm just gonna control all the fucking money, and I'll just control all of you guys.
But like a dad saying like, I picked this lady to carry my son's child because that is still my heir. Like,
yeah.
Or even if it was just like the guy doing it, like I'm picking this girl to carry my son. Because it's like.
That's all it is.
It's not even like you'd think it would be about like, oh, I'm going to get like the baddest bitch to fuck or whatever. And then.
No.
Whoever that person is can have the kid. It's like, no. They're picking like, oh, like you'll bring a healthy child into this world.
Either that or it's like.
I need my heir. Like you're literally just thinking about like the future of your fucking bloodline.
It's that and it's like, okay, we're a big family. Like we're the heads of like this country. We're going to find you a wife of the head of that country, and we're going to merge these families. Okay, now our shit's together on this, and then...
That makes more sense to me. It's just a really alien thought to be like, overlooking like any other... Like the most prominent quality about a person is like your ability to fucking... It could be a robot at that point, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just like a vessel. You're just like an incubation chamber for like... second coming.
Makes you wonder if that's what all these elites are either doing now or going to do in the future, where it's like, all right, I got to keep my bloodline going. We can't inbreed. We figured that out. We're all fucked up from that. Look at the Rothschilds now. They're fucked up. They all look fucking ugly as shit. So it's like, all right, why would I extend my wealth to these fucking peasants? Like, let me just throw my jizz in a fucking test tube, pop an egg in there from... whoever the fuck we stole from somewhere, she's dead. We're going to pop that in a test tube. Boom, son. He's perfect.
And then you could do it in like the, I can't think of the right example. Oh, you could do it Piccolo style, where when King Piccolo makes the Piccolo we all know from Dragon Ball Z, usually he's making kids, but when he makes Piccolo, he puts like his essence into himself. So it's like half kid with like a bit of a clone spin on it. So I wonder if that, like the thing you just described is that, where it's like, it's not a full clone where like like talking to yourself who immediately looks like you, or
I'm the
you
original.
at 20 or whatever.
Yeah.
But you just like, oh, a baby's born who will grow up to be me.
Yes. Like literally has like, and from that moment on, it's been like, it doesn't go to public school. It doesn't do any of that shit. It gets fucking like you're put in a boardroom.
Here's real history.
Yeah. And you're like, here's everything you need to know. And then
First
when
the
I
reptiles
die,
came.
yeah. And then when I die,
then they brought the moon.
yes, they brought them. Exactly. No, it's fucked up. But then that all ties into this other video about like, basically it's like, if you just have a lot of money, you could just be the bank or do that shit. And it's like, I watched this other video and it was this one guy and he was like, this is how not overthrow the government, but this is how you can just not deal with the government. It's like you start like, it's basically what we said. We're like, you buy land, you get like 4 tight families that are like, all right, I get this corner, I get this corner, you get that, you get this. We're just going to cultivate crops, work our own land, do all that shit, all of that shit. But then you just, now that you have a community, we all have money, you combine all your money. You then take all that money, you buy gold, you invest all that gold and silver or whatever into the stock market, and then you just pay dividends out to everybody that lives on that commune. It's like, that's what the banks do. That's what the government, that's all what currency is. And you would just evade currency, like, because you just trade in gold, shit that actually matters. And it's like,
You just got to have that.
You just got to have that
First,
initial nut.
yeah.
Like, yeah, that initial, like, all right.
Lump sum.
Yeah, like we're all 40 now. Let's all move on to this thing. We all have, like, together we have 1.5 million. Let's buy a fuck ton of gold.
Let's buy some of that gold from that Chinaman over in Africa.
Chinaman in Africa. What's it?
Digging up all sorts of good shit.
Is this blood gold? What is this?
Blood gold?
Blood gold? Blood gold? I don't know. It's interesting. Here's a theory. Here's another theory. I was watching Mike Baker, the late great Mike Baker. Do you only say that when he's
dead people?
You say that when he's dead, right? Yeah, the great Mike Baker.
I don't know why late translates to dead.
Yeah, no.
People say that with like my late husband. It's like, did you get married
Later.
older?
Like what?
As an
what do you
older
mean by
woman?
that? Because you're old as shit. No, he's saying because you know all these migrants are coming over, right? We got
I saw a video of literally, it's like one of the panels of a fence came off and people could get through, and it's like, it's really weird because like it feels like a fence they could have jumped over.
Yeah, like I like how we like to think that a fence is gonna block anybody.
It was literally like a cartoon like picket fence that like
Yeah.
one of the panels just got, and people were like, just walking.
Dude, I've seen parts of the border where it's just like it's like the cattle fence where it's like a bar and another bar, and it's
Right.
like that's our board. Like we're trying to keep people out. Like
Why
what
did
the
we
fuck?
spend money on this?
What the fuck is
We
this?
paid someone to install these?
Maybe we need a wall. But no, I've seen all these videos of all these people coming over, and they say it's like millions of people now, right?
Maybe a trench.
A pit, like a zoo. Like, yeah, to keep zoo animals in. You're not gonna, because a lion can climb over a wall or a fence.
Not a big one.
Maybe.
Not if I just keep saying bigger.
Not like a tall. Not if I put a dome fence over it, it's not gonna climb
Yeah,
over
if
that.
it curves like a candy cane that way.
So all these migrants are coming over, and they're just spreading out throughout the U.S., correct? The Biden administration is pushing for no voter IDs to vote. You don't need a voter ID. You don't need anything.
The thing we used to, I thought the whole thing, isn't that what black people have been saying? Is that like, so many of their people don't get to vote because of like all the weird ID shit? I always hear this.
Like IDs and like, oh, you have a felony, you can't vote, I think, or like some other shit, or like.
I don't even know the detail, but I thought that was like a big argument in like the black community, is that like people are always like, make sure to like have a fucking valid driver's license and this and that,
Yeah.
so you could go vote, because otherwise you go talk all this shit on Twitter, but
yeah.
like we need you to actually go out and vote or whatever. So now it's flipped the other way.
Yeah, so now I guess the Biden administration is pushing for no voter ID. You don't need an ID. You don't need shit.
Well, why would that make any fucking sense, Mark?
Hey,
couldn't anyone who's on vacation here in Disneyland from fucking Europe or wherever else just be like, let's vote for a goof.
Yeah, for a goof, we'll have fun.
Let's give him Trump again.
So think about this. All these migrants are coming over. Who let them in? Biden. Who are they going to vote for?
Trump. They know the deal. They know who's on the dollar bills out here.
They know what's going on.
They saw The Apprentice. They listen to rap. They know Donnie.
Yeah, they know Donnie Trump's coming in. But no, what if they're doing the no voter IDs so that all these migrants can come in and then vote?
Well, that's obviously what they're doing.
Obvious. Or no voter IDs.
But who's allowing this?
I could vote 2, 3, 4 times.
It's a rule for fucking the entire existence of the country, no? Why is it just like...
Nah, you don't need it. Doesn't that start with mail-in ballots?
You still need some level of
Did you?
verification, I'd imagine.
I didn't remember.
I didn't look into it because I'm not... Fuck. It was so funny. That girl we worked with who like cared more about politics than either of us could ever muster up. And then she's like, yeah, I did the mail-in ballot. And we're like, yo.
You did the fucking... What are you talking about?
You think that fucking lughead who drives on the wrong side of the road is going to make sure all the votes get there on time? And if the blood-sucking vampire isn't going to burn the ones they don't want?
They lost my fucking union ballot to vote for the union that affects me in the store.
Yeah.
Like, they lost that shit.
And they didn't even bother. They weren't like recount. They were like, it's fine.
Nah, no, it's good. We didn't get it. We're only voting what we got.
That was crazy.
How many times was it like, hey, we haven't counted all the votes yet?
Yeah,
Dylan
had that great sketch about the Nevada vote.
Yeah. Oh, we found 30,000 Democratic votes. They won.
We did it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's excited about Biden, though. It's weird that this would be the time that they're like, no, we need to overturn the rule. And it's like, I don't think... you could overturn a bunch of rules he's not getting voted for.
I'll tell you what's fucked up, and we're right down the middle. We don't care we're not Republican, we're not Democrat. We can give a fuck. All we do is notice shit. We observe.
I look at people as individuals, Mark.
That's what it is. I don't see color. That's because I'm colorblind.
A little bit.
I don't see race. But no. What I've been noticing is a few years ago, I probably during 2020 to now, or 2020 to when Trump was out. Anything you saw on the internet was like negative Trump, negative this, negative that. Everybody in the comments was like, fuck that piece of shit, scumbag, asshole. I can't fucking stand
Which
him.
People act like
He's
the worst
racist,
thing he did was create like negativity in the world. And it's like, yeah, but didn't you guys then feed right back into that?
Yeah, it's craziest shit I've ever seen in my life.
I've never seen a spectacle like it. People getting violently mad, like on their own.
He started it.
Seemingly nothing.
He riled me up.
Like, did you not know, like, people like him were out? Like, have you just lived this charmed, like, yeah, he's a dick. Yeah. I don't know. He's a rich asshole.
An asshole. He's always been a rich asshole. It's been
he's been rich his entire life.
That's been his shtick. Like, he didn't earn anything.
Complimented for it. He's been given TV shows and
he didn't earn anything.
Cameos and things. Rappers talk about it. Like, he's the rich guy.
He's the fucking dude.
He's like synonymous with a fucking dollar bill on like a burlap sack. He's like the closest thing we have to like an old timey like rich guy.
He's the closest we have to the fucking Monopoly man.
Yeah, like
he's a spectacle.
He's a dickhead.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. But
he's got funny hair. What do you want?
It's a show. But it's funny now watching social media go from fuck that guy, that piece of shit. You know, we need to switch up the thing. We need to switch this up to now. I get videos of Biden talking. And then I go to the comments just because I'm curious, and people are like, dude, I've literally seen comments of like, I go to their Instagram profiles and like they were girls with blue hair that are now saying in the fucking comments, wow, I never thought I would say this, but everything Trump said is coming true. Dude. And it's like, holy fuck. Like, you said that. That's not my dickhead ass saying that. Yeah. Like your blue-haired ass said that.
And I feel like at first it used to be like, it was just a role reversal. Like, okay, now the Trump people are being like, oh, Biden sucks. But then the Biden people would defend it. And then for a while, the Trump people would say shit, and then there was silence. There wasn't the defense. And now it's kind of like,
yeah,
I think you're right. Yeah. It's just weird. Like, I don't like how you're talking to me, but I don't disagree that he is bad.
It is kind of embarrassing.
Because that's the thing, bro. That was their other thing is like, oh, it's just embarrassing. Like, foreign nations look at us and they see Trump. It's like, yeah, foreign nations look at us and see a motherfucker asleep at the table now. Like,
Yeah.
at least another dude was mixing it up. At least he was like,
It's also like, yeah, it's also like you're that attached to politics. You don't realize that the banks are doing everything. Like
that's my point from earlier.
Like,
it's like
come
your
on.
level of outrage at surface level politics when you want to devote zero time into like looking into
just look up
the
BlackRock.
linchpins of any
Just
of this
look
shit.
into BlackRock.
You just want to get upset about like what was delivered to your phone. Like, oh, I can't believe he said that about like.
It's like,
Why would you ever
who gives a
give a fuck what some dick who you are meaningless to him? Like,
it doesn't matter.
why would you give someone the time of day?
It's also like,
I get fired up about a lot of shit. That's me saying, I'm like, why would you care about that? I don't know.
well, no, but it's also, yeah, it's like, why would you care that much about it? Where it's like, damn, that affects you emotionally. Like you're
But
on,
not once for 4 years.
yeah.
You were in a sustained like,
It's like the Just Stop Oil people. You ever see them? Like Greta Thunberg?
I never click on anything.
Oh, dude, I get fired up.
Fucking annoying.
Dude, she's on there crying, going, I should be in school. I shouldn't
Yeah.
have to worry about all of this. But you want to continue using oil.
You know
and
what she
killing
reminds me
people.
of is like when I feel like her mom is probably like living through her or something.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Apparently, I've heard she's a Rothschild child.
oh really?
I've heard
She
that.
looks it.
I've heard that. Yeah, it's ugly as shit.
Well, talk about a child.
I think she's 18 now.
Okay. But yeah, she always strikes me as someone that like. I'm trying to think of another example, like those like dance kids when like the mom is on the sideline is just a lunatic.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure she wishes she was the one out there giving the speech, but it's like, yeah, no, you're one of a billion people that are like,
I'm upset.
but now that you like got a kid to come out here and do it, it's like, wow, what a powerful message from today's youth.
But it's also, yeah, and it's also like, it's the same people that are like throwing paint on paintings. It's the same people that are like,
Those people should be fucking like made an example of.
Dude.
We should get a little old school with them because
you got to. The
'cause
fuck?
if the punishment is like you get detained and a fine, people who can afford the fine and a day off will keep doing it.
Or who are being backed by billion-dollar corporations where it's like, I don't give a fuck about a fine. I'll pay
But
your
yeah,
fine.
you put them on like a stretching table
Yeah.
and live stream it.
Yeah. We got to go back to the old guillotine.
You stone someone
Public
to death,
hangings.
you bury them up to their neck. Can you imagine?
That'd be fucking. That's what they do in Sod, the land of Sod. But no, I love the that, and then I love the. I don't love it.
They're
I get
some shit.
Saudi Arabia.
I don't understand it enough yet to talk about it, but
We'll get there.
with the sports, they're like going for shit, bro.
No, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. They're coming up in the world.
They have. I mean, it's
We're worried about
redundant to
we're
say.
worried about China, but I think they're coming up
have
next.
Just an unfathomable amount of money.
Doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
Mm-mm.
That whole Tyson Fury and Ngannou event
Cash.
didn't make money. That wasn't to make money.
That was just I want that.
Well, it was like
Some sheik was like,
it's like to promote because
Yeah.
like they're building. Like that's why they like paid Ronaldo and Eminem and people to just show up and be there.
Yeah.
They just wanted to get eyes on it. Be like, yeah, we're the new home for this shit.
Did you see that video they put out about that soccer player they just paid a shitload of money to? It's him in fucking Saudi robes holding a sword. It's fucking sick. And like behind him is like sheiks and like fucking like
They made Brazilian jiu-jitsu
crazy.
the country's national sport.
really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. They're like
I want to go to Dubai. I think it looks cool.
I think the UFC is going there in March.
It'll be fun.
Because there's this, like the UAE and then Saudi Arabia are the. I think I mix them up in my head. The,
United Arab
acronyms.
Emirates.
That's where Fight Island is, and where Abu Dhabi is, and the UFC's
Yeah.
gone there already. Saudi
Dubai
Arabia,
is the other one.
I don't
that's-
think they've been there.
Okay.
I think they're in talks to do. I think they said they paid them like $200 million or something.
You know how much money that is?
It's fucking more, bro.
That's insane. That's insane.
To be like, Yeah, do your event here.
That's enough money for like you can give everybody in the U.S. like $600,000.
All those UFC docs coming out talking about money.
Yeah, what is that?
There's been a court case going on for years now against the UFC, a bunch of fighters. Most of them are fighters who came into the UFC through Strikeforce, which was another organization that...
Strikeforce! That's what we should name our podcast.
We should name it that.
BattleNet. That's cool.
Is it? But yeah, it's Kung Lee and a bunch of other dudes. I think Randy Couture might be part of it.
Kung Lee, that's a cool name.
It is a cool name. He's a cool fighter. Through axe kicks. Cool kicks. But for a while, it's been in that, like, boring part of court where it's like they keep, like, stalling, essentially. It just keeps being like, oh, well, pre-trial, this and that. Shit's like finally, like, in trial. Like, documents are coming out and, like, there's being reports done. So the range is from, like, 2005 to 2016, because I think that's when Zuffa owned it. Zuffa, which is like Dana White and the Fertitta brothers. And it's showing, because like for years, Dana White and those guys could just say whatever, and that's what the truth was. But now you're seeing like money in, money out, and where the money goes. And
oh, wow.
Because they used
Is there a scandal?
Well, their defense used to be like against fighter pay is that if we paid the fighters anymore, we wouldn't be able to operate. Like, this is just what it is. This is the money we're working with.
Tell me there's $1 million of extra money.
So much money was being taken out of the company by Dana White and the Fertitta brothers to pay themselves. The bank advisor on their account at like whatever fancy bank they had in like Germany or whatever, literally they have like a correspondence of this guy reaching out to them saying like, is there a reason you guys keep reaching into the company to take out money rather than like reaching into your own pockets? Because like, and he had like some further point, but they were literally saying, like, they used that to say that like the comparisons, like they were treating the company like their own bank.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, wow.
There's 1 year where the payouts to the shareholders was higher than what the company made because they were asking for loans and then paying themselves
off
from the
loans.
loans and then paying back the loans with what the company was making, like the next year.
Wow.
Dude, I don't understand.
This is all
like,
coming out?
Money, and this is literally like day by day this comes out now.
Who's releasing this?
Bloody Elbow is like the big MMA site that has like real journalists on it. But you can't ask Dana real questions at the interview, at the press conference, or you just don't get to come back. It's like
no shit. So if you bring any of this up, you're just excommunicado.
Dude, the people at the UFC press conferences are just allowed to do like softballs. And Dana White still might like call you a dumb fucking punk bitch. And then you have to be like, oh, thanks, Dana. Thanks for your time.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fucking 50-year-old man's ego stroke off.
He's worth $500 million.
Yeah, you ever seen his office? There's just like samurai
We
armor.
talked about this. Yeah, just got like crazy dumb shit.
Has a fucking dude that's like still working 2 jobs come in, sign some papers on like a desk that's worth more than his house.
It's fucking crazy.
Again, I put him in the same category as Stan Lee, where like I don't like him, but he was at the right place at the right time. I don't know if things would have happened if not for him. He did. In some universes, this probably doesn't exist. And he's a large part of why it does exist in this universe. Yeah. So, like, ultimately,
That's
I can't
a cool
hate
thing
him.
to think about.
But
I love thinking about that.
I used to fuck my head up as a kid about how every choice would, like, fractal off, like, any thought or occurrence, just fractal, like,
a new universe.
Any brand.
That's interesting to think about.
Infinite. But, yeah, it's been interesting.
You know, he bought the UFC for $2 million.
Yeah, and I was just watching a video about it. He didn't buy it. The Fertitta brothers did. He convinced them to buy it.
Oh.
The Fertitta brothers were like heirs to a casino fortune. Their family
really?
just owns
In Vegas?
casinos in Vegas, yeah.
Imagine just like
That's why it was illegal
being
in New
born
York
into
for
these
so
families.
long, because the culinary union in Vegas had like a feud with the casinos that the Fertitta brothers owned. So then they got the culinary union in New York to like lean on the government there to keep it banned.
no shit.
That was like
The culinary union?
yeah, it was like this weird like, oh, fuck me, fuck you. Like,
That's funny.
yeah.
I like that.
But it's been it'll be very interesting when this court case is done, because the UFC only continues to make more and more money. So, like, if that was true then, and the fighters should have been being paid more then.
Because what year are they talking about?
05 to 16.
Wow. So this is because they're making shitloads more now.
Yeah, they sold for $4 billion.
And that's just his reported net worth. Wonder what he has in offshore accounts.
Yeah, all the shit that wasn't counted in these documents that are just coming out now. It's literally like, hey, so we're going to make like, the UFC like makes $20 million this year. But then the payouts to those three guys,
60 million or something.
and then there's like $100 million loan. It literally doesn't make sense.
So what's going to happen? What are they asking for? What's the goal?
The fighters'
What's
whole thing is that like,
They just want more money,
yeah, they're because
which they should get.
you look at like the market share is like the same argument the WNBA does to the NBA. It's like, we get that we're not going to get paid the same dollar amount as them, but we want the same slice of the pie that they have versus the NBA.
If you look at the overall, where it's like, okay,
I think
50%, like 50% goes to the fighter.
I think NFL, MLB, NBA, I think all those are I think around 50 if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Then yeah, it's like, okay, 50%
And then
of the
UFC
total
is like 20.
Wow,
Yeah.
20.
But then the argument's
fuck you
always
gonna
been, our expenses or this and that, and that's different for us because and people don't know. I mean, it's a different enough sport where you go, oh, I don't know. Maybe there's stuff that's different.
But it's also like you have to pay for your own camps and shit, right?
Oh yeah, you got to pay your manager. You got to pay your coaches.
When in other sports, you go to the team's facility and you train for free.
They just got a facility in the past like 5 years, the Apex, and it's in Vegas and Shanghai. So if you don't live in those places, you can use it when you're in town, but no health insurance except for in the fight.
Which is another thing. It's like
it's
like wouldn't, I guess it wouldn't, because if you get injured, you can't fight regardless. But like, wouldn't you want these people to get back into it like ASAP? Wouldn't it make sense to pay your just
come to Vegas, have our doctors at the
Is that what it is?
institute look at you?
Yeah, they're all fucking students. It's like the VA hospital.
It's hopefully people start getting some fucking boxing paydays out of this. I don't know how long the court case will go on, but yeah, I haven't heard Dana talk about it because no one asked him about it.
I wonder if they're gonna try to get him to step down.
He hit his wife, and they didn't try to get him to step down.
That's true. Yeah, what's it matter?
There's a UFC fighter who, when that was going on, was talking about how it wasn't that big a deal, and he just got arrested because this is how this story unfolded. TMZ reports Jamal Hill arrested for domestic abuse. Everyone goes, "Wow, what a piece of shit for hitting his wife." Then the people that don't just read the headline but read the article go, "Oh, he hit his brother," because just hitting someone in your family in the house is domestic abuse. It's not just your wife.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, "Oh, he got in a fucking scuffle with his brother." Like, if you've never fought with your brother before,
gives a shit? Yeah.
so now they start going after the brother for calling the police. Be like, what a bitch move. Then you have these other people being like, "Oh, thanks for the misleading headline, TMZ." And now people are like, well, technically the definite, it's literally just so many different takes on this shit. And the story keeps progressing the whole time. People keep putting their fucking flag in the sand on where it is now. And then the story goes further. So the end result of the story was that Jamal Hill paid his brother to clean a house, and he didn't, and there were rats. And they didn't talk about it until Jamal Hill came over for Thanksgiving, at which point it came up. So then Jamal Hill's brother fired back about how, why haven't you texted your daughter who's been staying with me and was over here for Thanksgiving? You didn't text her. You got 3 kids that you don't talk to. So then I guess in the heat of it, he looked away and Jamal Hill, former light heavyweight champion of the UFC, sucker punched his brother. You could fucking murder someone. Like,
That's crazy. So he was arrested?
yeah. And the brother came out and said, he goes, I didn't want to call all the police. Like, I texted him, like, waiting for an apology. And he didn't fucking answer. So then I called the police. Like, if you're not going to fucking own up to you fucked up, okay. Like, if you're not, I literally said, like, I don't want to call the police. Like, just say you fucked up. And he wouldn't. And he was, okay. And he did it in front of his 3 kids.
Damn.
So then everyone who was defending him before, when it was like, if you've never fucking fought with your brother, why don't you grow a pair of pussy? And then it was later like, oh, he sucker punched his brother while his kids were watching after he got called out for being a bad dad and he didn't have a good answer.
God.
Yeah.
No, he should be hung.
Well, black guys, maybe.
Guillotine.
You like throwing the L's in there.
Guillotine?
Guillotine.
That's a guillotine. That's a guillotine.
I can say it either way. I'm just saying. You like the L's.
What do you say?
Guillotine.
Guillotine. Is that the actual pronunciation?
I think so. It's a French word, right?
Yeah, but I don't speak French.
I would never.
I would.
You couldn't pay me.
I would.
The closest you're going to get is Napoleon.
I would never speak French. You fucking psychopath. Putin is urging Russians to have over 8 children amid the population decrease due to the war. We'll get into this more next week.
Dude, you can't come up with you can't say have 8 children for war. You can't be like, hey, we need cannon fodder. Can you all start fucking without rubbers? I'm surprised people over there don't have 8 kids already. You think you'd fucking to stay warm. Goddamn Siberia and shit.
You know who else was upset about the fallen numbers? Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un cries as he begs North Korean woman to help halt a decline in the country's birth rate. He was crying on stage. Wiped his tears. Wiped tears from his eyes.
God crying.
That's crazy. You never see that. Now imagine he's like, you guys have to help decline the birth rate, but I also want to spread my seed everywhere.
Well, no, he can't, because then there'll be too many royals. He's got to keep it.
Too many kings.
Yeah.
You know he has a daughter?
Yeah.
That's like...
She like stands next to him and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I just found out that.
She's not going to be the supreme leader.
No.
But that's what's funny. Like,
I wonder what she grows up to be, though. If she does. Like, because...
probably that Brock Lesnar. The two of them fight it out for baddest bitch.
Brock Lesnar's daughter just broke the shot put record at Colorado State.
I believe it.
She looks like Brock Lesnar. A man.
That is Viking DNA.
She looks horrifying. Looks like a man.
She has not nice hair, though.
She has nice hair.
For everything else being pretty Brock Lesnar, I'm saying her hair looks very, like, feminine and, like, a girl. It's not like she has Brock Lesnar's hair.
No, I mean, fuck. Can you imagine her with a mohawk?
It'd be the same picture.
You put a mohawk and a beard on that.
I always thought that, you ever have that in life when you see a girl and she looks like normal to pretty or whatever, and then you see like her brother and you go, oh, you look like a guy now. Like
Yeah.
you can't, like they look too similar where you're like, oh, I can see your brother's face like in your face.
You look like a man.
Yeah.
I've never had that, but I know. I've
had it like a time or two.
I'm getting it right now. She's fucking yoked.
But bro, this is what people talk about with the Vikings. Like, dude, like that's not like we sent the men in, like the whole fucking village could kill you. The whole crew is like bare hand fucking snap your neck.
That's disgusting.
Imagine her jerking you off.
That's
Or
horrific.
rip your dick off.
That's horrific.
Throw it in the tall grass. Remember that Chappelle joke? She jerked my dick clean off.
Took my day off.
Yeah, what are those?
What? Subway announces foot-long cookies. We'll be giving out them for free on Monday.
I didn't realize those were foot long. Now I'm not interested.
You don't like a foot-long cookie?
No. The shape, though, that is how cookies should be shaped.
Why?
I've talked about this a lot.
So you can one bite it?
Dunk.
Oh.
Regular cookie. Widest point gets stopped.
You break it.
That's a biscuit. Dunk.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. I like that. They make those at Aldi.
I make them.
They're called dunkers.
When I bake cookies, I'll shape them.
You make them elongated?
Well, this is also maximizing the crisp. Because in a circle, you're going to have more. That middle part is going to be the least cooked. This is going to ensure more even cooking. The middle part is going to.
Well, you like it. You like the edges. You like it crisp.
Crisp.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. Maybe you grab one of these. Try it out.
We'll go to Subway one of these days.
I hate Subway.
I'm not getting
It's
food.
disgusting. It's a terrible place.
Yeah, it sucks. Their mascot was a pedophile. What do you expect?
Yeah, what do you expect? He's in jail. What do you think happened to him? Do you think he got stabbed in jail like the George Floyd guy?
Yeah, I think that's what they do to chomos.
Is that what they did with him?
Isn't that the move when they know someone's in the kids?
I think so. Well, I think they put you in a different part of the jail. It's like a protected part where you're not going to get. I think I think you get put with other like pedos, and then you all just kind of like sit on the bleachers outside and like not play basketball and just kind of like, what kind of stuff did you look at?
Yeah, that's got to be an odd little click.
I'd pay good money for more of that. Just kind of hunched. Yeah, nope. Nobody's playing basketball. Nope. Nobody's doing anything. Everybody's like skinny and frail.
White people really locked down that, huh?
What?
Being a pedophile.
Yeah, you don't see any black guys doing it. Maybe a Mexican.
I feel like they have to have Down syndrome. You know what I mean?
He's currently incarcerated.
It's very oddly phrased. Life for Jared Fogle in prison. Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know. I don't like that. Yeah, they stabbed that.
His middle name's Frederick.
Dana White. Dana Frederick White Jr.
Damn, what a bitch.
Frederick. Freddy boy. Asian news. South Korea plans to ban dog meat by 2027.
South Korea's still doing that?
South Korea's still doing it. They love it. You imagine having to be weaned off of it? 2027, that's a long time. I feel like that's just something you can just kind of be like, hey, guys, we're not doing it now.
Yeah, what are people's...
Yeah, what do you have to... I gotta wean off of it. It's
liver's going to fail without the dog chemicals.
It's so good. I gotta wean off of it.
Going to get the shakes.
Right? Like, that's fucking 3, 4, 5, 6... That's 4 years.
That'd be like if they outlawed... what's that, veal or something. And it's like, because that's terrible and you shouldn't do that. And in 6 months from now, when everyone's gotten their fill of it, then we're going to stop.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you just like cut it off now.
Imagine the parties they're going to have.
Imagine if they did cut off veal. And then that's a good movie. They outlaw
The veal prohibition.
They outlaw veal. And then there's these people that know
Dagos.
anybody that they know that there's still baby cows that were being made for veal, and they're going to get sent to slaughter. So they need to go capture them so that they could enjoy the last
The last bit of veal.
the last veal instead of the last meal. Or I guess that was the Last Supper.
The Last Veal.
Veal steel.
Veal steel. I like that. Veal steel.
Instead of real steel.
And spelled like steel, like.
No, it's spelled like steel, but the font is like steel.
Yes. Yeah. And behind bars. Veal steel.
Moo. A weak moo from a veal cow.
Yeah. Imagine the old South Korean guy who's pissed off by this, who's going to be stocking up on dog.
Oh, if I was a dog in South Korea, I would not be around the retirement home because those dudes are not going to stop because...
No, they're going to capture...
There are those videos of like when they made the laws about like you can't drunk drive and people are like, oh, I'll tell you what. Oh, I'm going to do the same thing I do every night. Get in my car, go to the bar, the pub, and then drive home.
And then drive home. What the fuck you want
they're
me
just
to do?
not... They don't...
Like, what do you mean I'm not driving?
They're like, I've lived for 60 years with this not being a thing, and I'm not going to live the last 20 like this.
Dude, I love this one video of this like British dude getting pulled over. And he's like, the cop's like, what are you doing, mate? And he's like, I dropped my daughter off at uni and I'm just driving home up to old Manchester. I got about 45 minutes. And he's like, are you drinking? And he goes, yeah, I got a bottle, I'm going to drink it on the way home. And he goes, that's half gone. He goes, yeah,
Thirsty.
I'm like, I'm drinking. I'm on my way home. I just dropped my daughter off. The guy's like, you can't do this. And he goes, what?
Did I do something wrong?
I dropped my daughter off at uni. I got a bottle and I'm driving home. I don't know what I did wrong, officer. I think he takes the bottle and he lets him go. But I think he like starts pouring it out and he's like, oh, wait, I can't take it with me. And he's like, no, you're going to drink it. And he's like, I won't drink it.
Put it in the trunk.
Put it in the trunk, mate. I love that.
And I thought this country was free.
Yeah, land of the free because of the brave. Remember that?
Blue lives matter.
Let's get this one out of here. Oh, I can't hear it. It's on the headphones. We'll listen to it another day. And just like that, another week. How are we feeling? What is this, 91? 9 left, and you guys will have a full rebrand, new name, new logo, news, shorts. It's getting big. I know we lost some subscribers. You guys out there, you remaining 208, you find those 4 we lost. You get them back. Tell your friends. Tell your mother. Tell everybody about us because, we're doing big things. And you can't do big things without breaking a couple eggs. Remember that. Now, you fuckers take care, and we'll be back next week.
Yes.